Should not be given to healthy person.
Yeah, and it should not be a substitute for vaccination. But it should not be given for prophylactic reason.
Right,
Ito lang po yung diagnose.
some guys might think that this is really a preventive thing if you it's only for the person who has already the symptoms
Correct po.
of but yung malaman nilang when a healthy person should not
Should not take
be given.
Sige po.
Salamat.
Opo.
Yung ba eh?
Ayan. Then the DOH will be coming out with the guidelines also on how this can be accessed as an oral drug for mild and non-hospitalized COVID-19 patients. So, next slide po tayo. Then we have the Paxlovid po, another antiviral. On January 4 po, the Philippine government and Pfizer already signed the CDA, Confidential Declaration Agreement. And tomorrow po at 1 p.m., I will have a virtual meeting with the Pfizer company to discuss for their plans for application for an EUA registration. And we will discuss for timelines, including FDA requirements po, so that we can adjust po, we can level up po how they can comply with our requirements, considering that it is an EUA application, not a CPR application. For emergency use po talaga ito. We need this po in our country.
People might think about the confidentiality of things. These are one of the few exceptions that we cannot forgo. We have to sign it to get the medicine. Standard o yan, everywhere, anywhere. Yung confidentiality, there has to be an obligation on the part of the beneficiary of the medicines to sign that declaration. Yung kasi yung iba kasi na bakit hindi it's a public, no, it's not. It is a public document but it is confidential. Not all public documents are really open to everybody. But yan ang intindihin ng iba. Yan baka sabihin niya, baka may ano dyan, may, ang usually is mayroong kickback dyan, gano'n. So, may mga, yung putok, bulinaw, bulinaw? Bisaya, ba?
Nagkabalo po sa Bisaya. Tagatapon mo po sir.
Ano ang Tagalog sa bulinaw? Bulilaw rin?
That's small fried fish pa yun, small fish. Babies na. Pero small
Tutak dilis. Makita nila ang confidential declaration. They always insist that the public should know. Kaya, I'm just giving this advance information that we cannot get all of the medicine unless we comply with that confidential declaration agreement. And it applies to all. It applies to all yung ito ngayong mga medisina to fight the COVID. It's not only Pfizer, it could be Moderna, meron talaga yan. So it's a universal practice in the medical field. So we understand. You have to talk to them. And again, they would insist on the confidentiality of that. Kasali ka na dyan. And we understand. And I'm sending this message to the public so that, sabi ko nga, yung utok bulinaw would start again to question and doubt the sincerity of ang problema kasi sa kanila. Pag may makita sila transaction, well, of course, they are free to entertain doubts. But these are things which we cannot do. And, unless we want to forgo with the supply of medicines in this country. Go ahead.
Yes, next slide please. Sir, if you remember, nagkaroon tayo ng increased price ang black market of remdesivir. So finally, this ready will come down, and because we have given already the CPR, last December 27. So that means it can now be supplied to public drug outlets. So dapat mawala na yung black market. So this will help, this will prevent overpricing in the black market. Wala na dapat ng black market kasi we encourage po the patients and even their loved ones to buy their medicines from FDA licensed drug outlets.
No, you know what? If you can give us a report, sure, even the syllabus of, so the police chief is or his representative maybe is part of the panel there, and they should know how to respond. Yung black market, at this time, lalo na may naghihirap, yung black market, yung nahuli, I would insist for the police to arrest them and detain them for investigation. If it's a serious offense, that will be about 34 hours of detention. And in that time, you can investigate. Pulihin talaga ninyo at ipasok ninyo sa selda. Again, I am ordering the police to arrest black marketeers. Dalhin sa estasyon, pasok muna dyan sa selda without exception. Without exception. Kay ang may-ari, lahat. I'm putting on notice the entire PNP at itong and the station commanders, any transactions of black marketing of this essential medicines should be arrested. Walang exception. Kung may-ari, kasi kung ano lang, ahente, usually magsabihan sila, hindi namin alam na nagpapabili pala yung mga sales representatives sa baba. Yun ang paborito nila eh. Sabihin nila, even this matter of violation, wala kami, yung aming mga staff na, do not give me that shit. Pulihin ninyo at ikulong ninyo, and I think that's a serious offense. You can detain them for 34 hours. Pero ilagay mo na sa detention para makatikim rin sila ng, or maybe if there's a fiscal, they can have a summary and file the case. So from the police stations to sa prison muna in the meantime, unless of course they go out on bail. Pero pag gano'n, if there are prosecution, I would like to know, there's always inquest. If it's an inquest, wala na yung answer in 10 days of counter affidavit. Inquest is almost summary. And if the fiscal decides to file the case immediately, then the arrest is the arrest is coupled with detention. Iyan ang dapat sa kanila. Sabi ko, no exception. Ulihin ninyo ang may-ari. Kung ang sales girl lang, then arrest the owner. No exception. Arrest them and detain them for 24 hours. And I think that is a serious offense, black marketing. This time, if you do that, talagang upakan ko kayo. I would, of course, the Department of Justice just to assign fiscals so that they can conduct the summary investigation. Summary ang inquest then. There's an inquest immediately. Again, no exception. Solve the, I'm asking the police now to not only solve the problem in your area. If you cannot operate successfully because tamad ka or you do not go out o yung mga tao mo to find this where these crimes are being committed, then sabihin mo sa akin, kasi sabihin ko sa PNP chief, just to dito sa secretary ani here the supervision of the police. Hindi, maghanap ako ng ibang police na magtrabaho. Tapos i-assign kayo sa ano bang pinaka-troubled place ngayon, sir? Wala na, ang sulo, okay na. Itong mga komunista naman, they're already considerable reduced in number. We have, I mean, the military and the police have destroyed so many fronts. But still, I have a good word for you. Thank you for not being an obstructionist in the operation, in the matter of the aid given to the people. Kasi yung iba, pag alam nila na binigyan ng 5,000, baka maghingi kayo. Kasi yung ayuda ng gobyerno, balita ko lang, pinupuntahan ninyo, yung ibang report, sabi kinukuha ninyo yung pera, pagagago naman ninyo. That's stupid. Tulong yan sa kapwa-tao. Maghingi lang kayo kasi 500, okay na yan. Huwag na nyo kunin lahat ng pera ng tao. Kasi, you know, you have to, kayo, I'm directing myself to the Communist Party of the Philippines. At this time of our national life, we're having a serious problem. If you cannot cooperate, if you cannot help, then let me just stand aside and let the government, allow government to operate. Kaya yung mga nurses na sa NPA, marami kayo. Mayroong mga nurses na talagang then magbaba kayo. I assure you, if you give us an advance and notice that you are going down to participate in this people who are offering their services, total bayad man ako, magtulong kayo. Tapos pagkatapos niyan, I will also guarantee that you can go back to your unit and fight another day. Pero kung papapain ko kayo because magtutulong kayo, okay masyado. Pagkatapos yan, kape pa tayo dito sa aking opisina so that you'd makita ninyo yung palasyo ng tao. Malacanang Palace is not a palace, it's puro opisina yan. Ayaw ko kung tinawag yung palace na may mga gago noong mga Kastila, pati yung Amerikano. Makita mo dito, takot nga ako itong mga sa siling baka mabagsak na. Mukhang tagal na tayo. So bago ito masira, bamba kayo at I will be gracious. So, as long as you do it for your fellow men, I will be very happy. I will be gracious at magkain pa tayo dito. Remember that yung mga talagang ano ninyo, mga liderato, those that are really died in the war communist, when I ordered the release, Kamson spouses, yun ang I invited them dito for the first time, ang liderato ng komunista, sabi ko, come and break bread with me, kain tayo dito, dinner. Then we talked. Maganda na. The problem is, I was dealing now with Jose Maria season. Bakit may Maria yan siya? Lalaki na. Mga ganun ba? Rodrigo Maria.
Joseph and Maria.
Joke lang yun, ha? Pero ako, I'm really very serious. Ganon ako. Pag magbaba ka with a good motivation and you do it, I will order you can go around and you will not be arrested. And if you are arrested, I will order you release. Pagbalik ninyo, same guarantee. Balik kayo sa bukid. Tapos fight na naman tayo. Kaya yung tamaan, marami ng babae na tawag nila dyan sa mga medical. Yung mga nurses na tawag nila medical. Kaya yun si Parago, yung number 1 na sa rebel sa Mindanao. Respetado yun. Ang mga military, you have to give respect also for his ability to evade arrest for so many years. And had about so many encounters, as a matter of fact, responsible for the killing in battle. Yung mga officers. So, wala man tayong dyan. Alam ko na puro pagbalik ninyo sa bukid, ang order ko talaga is kung may encounter, patay na lang. Away ito eh. You are an army, sabi mo, army of the people. May sarili man akong army, fight tayo. Kaya yung makita ko, although namatay si Ores, the comid talaga sa Mindanao, kasi kilala ko, nanay-hinayang ako, hindi ako naawa. Kasi pinusto ninyo eh. Mangyayang ko because yun ang isa sa mga dapat at he has said he died in the world communist talaga. Yung mga ninyo. So, you still have
last slide, we have 121 licensed manufacturers. 5 of these actually were licensed government hospitals, which were licensed last year. And next slide, this will be the last. The next slide, parehas pa rin po ang ating vaccines. Hindi po nadagdagan. This will be the last slide, Mr. President. Thank you po.
Sir, magtanong ako, bakit nawala yung Sinopharm?
Nandiyan po. Dito po siya. Cocovax, then Sinopharm.
Hindi ko makita doon.
Ayatvax.
It's my eyes, even in...
Yeah. Yung Sputnik naman, meron tayong light.
Kasi Sinopharm ang binigay sa akin eh. But including the booster. So, tapos ka na?
Tapos na po.
You've said all, let me see. Yung si Mon Lopez, Secretary Mon Lopez, we will also be interested to know about the pricing of medicines.
Mr. President, mga kasama, Meron lang tayong konting charts, Mr. President, just to update you. Yung mga nabalitaan ninyo recently, especially itong pagpasok ng bagong taon, nagkaroon ng mga mahabang pila sa mga malalaking drugstores at nabalitaan yung supposedly tinawag nilang shortage. Ang nangyari po, Mr. President, dahil siguro dumadami nga yung cases na kumpisang umakyat ng December 28, biglang dumami ang mga nangailangan ng ating mga kababayan, nangailangan ng mga paracetamol para paggamot sa mga lagnat or sinat. Yung sudden increase in demand in the start of the new year, talagang naging beyond the normal levels ng inventaryo ng mga drugstores. Kaya nagkaroon talaga ng stockouts. Kaya akala ng mga tao, naku, nagkaubusan na. Pero actually, ang tawag nga lang doon ay stockout dahil naubos yung inventaryo dun sa mabilisang increase in demand. Pero pinaalala po natin na may mga iba pang brands. Ang unang-una umpos yung mga top brands. Siguro panggitin na natin yung mga Biogesic, yung mga ganong klase in demand. So unang-una umpos yun at yung mga iba pang brand. Pero sinasabi natin may iba pang brand, meron yung mga generics at ito ay available. But eventually, dahil nung wala na silang mapili ng top brand, even itong mga generics, nagkakaubusan din dun sa store lang ng mga pinuntahan. Pero hindi ibig sabihin ay may shortage po tayo. Kasi pag sinabing may shortage, buong bansa, wala kulang ang gamot. So hindi po ganun ang situation. Nag-stock out lang, out of stock, dun sa mga tindahan na yon. Ibig sabihin po nito, kailangan mag-reorder ka agad yung mga branches, yung mga drugstores na yon, mag-reorder ka agad sa mga manufacturers. At ang nangyari nga po, what we did, nag-coordinate agad tayo dito sa mga manufacturers to make sure na yung mga replenishment ng stock sa mga drugstores mapabilis. At nakihan na nila yung order given the number or the size of the increase in demand. At ang balita sa atin, ang report sa atin, they ordered 3 times more the usual ordering level po nila. Dahil nga in anticipation of larger demand, especially ito nga, part of their preparation din sa mga pagtaas ng kaso from the Omicron. We have assured the public mula nitong mga 2 days ago, nung nasabi itong problema na to, na may malaki tayong production capacity ng mga local drug manufacturers. Very sufficient po. So, ang dinakaroon natin, mas-deliver agad. So, in fact, ang feedback agad sa atin, tinutukan natin ito, yung mga malalaking drugstore like Watson's, Southstar, nag-umpisa nang mag-deliver sa mga branches nila kahapon. So, nagre-replenish na. Yung isang malaking manufacturer, Unilab, nag-deliver na rin sa Mercury Drug, isa sa malaking drugstore. At yun po yung nagsimula rin today. So, yung nagsimulang problema ng Lunes, na-action na ho as of Wednesday, kahapon, nag-umpisa na. At tuloy-tuloy na ho ito hanggang makahapon, mag-normalize yung stock level natin hanggang maybe in-expect ko natin now until the weekend, mag-fill up, na-normalize na yung supply ng mga paracetamols. Immediately, in-alert po natin ng mga manufacturers to replenish. At in-assure natin public may supply, wag ko sila mag-panic buying na kung iba ko magpapanic buying, bibili kahon-kahon. Ang bilhin lang nila, yung kailanganin lang nila para kasi hindi rin pabutan ng expiration pag masyadong marami silang bibili. So, yun po ang sinigurado natin, may medisina sa mga retail stores, drugstores, at whether branded or generic. Next slide, please. Nag-issue tayo ng advisory tulad ng in-explain ko kanina, no, na may stock kung silang may supply at sa matter of replenishing lang yung stock sa tindahan at at tindahan level. Next slide, please. From the Pharmaceutical Healthcare Association of the Philippines, ito yung mga manufacturers din mismo ng mga gamot, sinigurado nila yung paracetamol available in various dosage, forms, at lakas, strength, combination products, and under several hundred brands. Alternative analgesics are also available. And at the moment, we have enough supply of analgesics available sa inventory nila. Next slide. Pati rin yung Drugstore Association, kinausap natin, At sinabi lang po nila na yung out of stock situation actually naging mas prevalent sa NCR. And it is because of that unforeseen surge in demand. But kinausap natin ng mga manufacturers, actually more than 60 million tablets a month ang kayang i-produce ng ating local manufacturing companies. No? So this is not a supply issue. Again, ginapura ang mga replenishment that started yesterday, and we expect the supply to normalize at mawala na yung pila. Next slide. Ito yung specific kasi para hindi naman baka sabihin kwento-kwento lang ito. Talagang kinuha natin pati capacity ng production ng bawat brand. Hindi lang natin nilabas dito yung brand, tinago sa mga letrang B, T, R, I, pero mga brand yan ng paracetamol, 36 million tablets per month ang kayang i-produce. Yung isang brand, 9 million tablets per month. Yung isang brand, 12 million tablets per month, etc. So marami yung kayang i-produce at ang bottom line, wala tayong issue sa production capacity. So ngayon nangyayari, delivery lang po ng replenishment at mag-normalize na. Next slide. Tinutukan nun natin, inantayan kung talagang nag-deliver sila kahapon, ngayon, today until the weekend, and so on and so forth. So ito, mga specific delivery. So ito, today lang po ito, pinakuna namin just to make sure talaga bang nagre-replenish na kayo. So inapura ko ito sa mga malalaking drugstore. And from the people ng drugstore, sila magkakalat naman sa lahat ng mga branches. Next slide. So ano na lang po ito, mga report, ongoing delivery like today. Ito nangyari rin today sa Southstar, sa Watsons, and yan po, may mga stock na sa tindahan level, sa store level. So next. And replenishment of stocks ongoing at magtutuloy-tuloy na po ito. So yun lang po, Mr. President, update lang ito dahil para mawala yung pangamba ng ating mga kababayan na akala nila ay may shortage na ito. Wala po shortage. At we also finally we also appreciate yung ni-report ng FDA kanina, especially yung isang local manufacturer na kinukumbinsi namin locally produce ng iba pang gamot tulad ng ni-report kanina ng molnupiravir. We are hoping na mapadali, mabigyan ng green lane para pag local production to, mapapamura. Kasi ang implano pa siya parang generics. So that itong mga gamot na antivirus, those that will kill the virus, will be accessible sa ating kababayan at a lower price compared sa mga imported. Yun lang po, Mr. President. Salamat.
Thank you. So, Art, Secretary Tugade, if you are available, you have the floor. Or it's somebody from his office.
Magandang gabi po, mahal na Pangulo. Ako po si Giovanni Lopez po, ang Chief of Staff from Secretary Tugade. Secretary Tugade is currently under isolation po at saka ang kanyang leave. That's why po, with your permission, may I present po the DOTR situation.
Sige, go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So, sa ngalan po ni Secretary Tugade, mahal na Pangulo, paintulutan niyo po akong magbigay ulat sa estado at sitwasyon ng DOTR po sa nangyayaring pagtaas po ng COVID cases po ngayon. Bago pa man po pumasok yung bagong araw po ng trabaho sa taon na to, nagbigay na po ng kautosan ng ating mahal na kalihim na gawing mag-mass testing tayo sa ating mga kawani dahil po sa mahabang bakasyon. Kaya po ang naging resulta ay nakakabahala tulad po sa aviation sector natin. No, out of 222 po na tested, 68 na po yung confirmed na positive po sa COVID-19 cases. Ganon din po sa ating maritime sector. Out of 133 po na tested po, no? At out of 23,000 na ating mga kawani, 133 na po ang ating COVID-19 cases positive. At yung 183 po, yung 50 po nito ay ito pa'y nadagdag nung nakaraang taon pa po. Next slide please. Ganun din po sa ating road sector. Napakataas na rin po ang ating positive cases. Ito po ay mga ang mga testing na po na ito ay nangyari lang po from January 3 hanggang sa January 6 at kasalukuyan pa rin po ang mass testing sa ating mga kawani sa DOTR at sa ating mga attached agencies. Pagdating naman po sa ating aviation, Mr. President, sinagaruto po at tiniyak po ni Secretary Tugade na yung mga importanteng office ng ating aviation sector tulad ng air traffic management system natin ay kailangan may tao parati at may magmamando doon para hindi po ma-delay ang ating flights. Kaya po niyan ang ating mga wani dito ay sana nasa isang bubble lang at iwag na pong lumabas upang sa ganun mabawasan natin ang kanilang possibility na makontaminate po ng COVID-19 cases po. Next slide please. Ganon din po sa ating maritime at road sector, Mr. President. Ginagawa po natin ang regular conduct ng RT-PCR, antigen testing. Ang ating po mga kawani ay nagsusuot din ng mga PPEs, yung mga disinfection natin. Meron na rin po tayong rationalized work arrangement. So lahat po nito ay ginagawa po ng ating DOTR sa pamumuno po ni Secretary Tugade upang pong masigurado na ang ating mga kawani po sa DOTR at ang kanyang attached agencies ay safe at ganoon rin po ay para tuloy-tuloy po ang ating serbisyo publiko, Mr. President. So yun lang po ang aking report, Mr. President, sa ngalan po ni Secretary Tugade. Salamat po.
Thank you. Si Secretary Tugade is not sick. Nag-isolate lang. Ang problema kasi yung pamilya. Nakawaan nga lahat itong buang na to si Omicron. Let me see Chairman Abalos.
Yes, sir. Magandang hapon po, Mr.
President,
President.
is your territory.
Yes, sir. Senator Bongo, ES Dia, sa lahat po ng mga cabinet secretary, fellow government workers, mga kababayan, magandang gabi po. Slide, please. Okay. Sir, naglolo po yata yung slide, no? Okay. Siguro, sir, ipapakita ko kasi talaga yung taas ng kaso sa NCR. Pero ang gusto kong i-gate dito ay yung ilang percent na nao-hospital ang walang bakuna. No? They are about 85% yung mga walang bakuna po. At yung kung naman mga fatality o yung mga namamatay po, ang record is about 93%. No? So nakita po at na-explain po ng mga experts, nakita po natin ang record. Kung di ako nagkakamali noong December 27, 500 lang po ang kaso. 500. Ngayon po, 17,000 na, sir. So yung tanong niyo po kanina, bakit gano'n? Ako, personally, tingin ko po siguro po nung holiday, reunion, wala po tayong mga maskara. Siyempre, kakain po tayo. So, malamang, kinukumpute yung intubation hindi ko naglalayo, sir. Tapos pumasok pa itong Omicron. It's one of the possibilities lang po. But in any case, nakakatakot po sa mga walang bakuna. Kaya po ang mga alkalde ng Kalakang Maynila, dahil po rito, ay nagkaisa. At lahat po bumoto. Nagkaisa po. Mapasahin ko lang po. Urging the Metro Manila local governments to enact their respective ordinances on the enhanced vaccination restrictions to regulate the mobility of the unvaccinated individuals in the National Capital Region. So ang mangyayari po yung mga walang bakuna, sir, ay it's as if sa bahay na sila. Yun po ang gagawin na pagkasunduan po ng lahat ng alkalde. Just allow me to read. 4 lang po naman ito, mahal na Pangulo. Number 1, the unvaccinated individuals in the NCR shall, number 1, remain in their residences at all times, except for the procurement of essential goods and services, such as but not limited to food, water, medicine, medical devices, public utilities, and energy work, medical and dental necessities lang po. Provided, however, that individual outdoor exercise shall be allowed within the general area of the residence that is within the barangay, borough, subdivision, or village subject to the guidelines of the Metro Manila. So yung kung walang bakuna, bawal po talaga lumabas ng bahay, wala na kung bibili na essential o kailangan magpagamot. No? Pero po, pwede naman sila mag-ehersisyo. Number 2, be prohibited in indoor and outdoor al fresco dining in restaurants and other food establishments, and shall likewise be prohibited from leisure or social trips to malls, hotels, event venues, sports, camping grounds, and similar facilities in accordance with the guidelines of the Metro Manila local government units and the concerned establishments. Number 3, be prohibited in domestic travel via public transportation by land, by sea, by air, except for the procurement of essential goods and services, such as but not limited to food, water, medicine, medical devices, public utilities, and energy work and medical and dental necessities subject to production of proof to support and justify such travel. Pinakahuli po, and this is just a reiteration po ng ATF rule, sa mga manggagawa naman na walang bakuna, they should be required to undergo an RT-PCR every 2 weeks at their own personal expense and present a COVID-19 negative result prior to being admitted for work on site, consistent with the guideline rules and regulations issued by the IATF and the Department of Labor, provided, however, that in the event the RT-PCR test and the result is or are not immediately available, a rapid antigen test may be utilized in lieu thereof. Ang dinagdag lang po ng mga alkalde rito, dahil ito nga'y crisis, dumodoble, ang sinabi nila, this resolution shall be enforced and in effect while the COVID-19 alert level in the NCR is at alert level 3 or higher and shall be automatically lifted once alert level 2 or lower is declared. Kung hindi po ako nakakamali, may mga LGUs na naipasa po ito. Kanina po, may mga ibang LGUs na naghihiring na kinukuha yung materials na pagkasundoan po ng lahat ng alkalde ng Caloocan, Maynila na uniform ang gagawin po nila ordinansa rito. Ito po yung ilang proteksyon na rin sa mga walang mga bakuna, Mr. President. Ganun po. At of course, ang pinakahuli ko siguro masasabi ko, wala lang yun. Ito pala yung kanina. Kita nyo, Mr. President, negative 51 noong December 18, nag-285 hanggang December 31, in 1 day, nag-501. In 2 days, ng 1,095% ang growth rate, biglang pumatak ng 3,400 ng February 6. Next, please. Next slide. Next slide, please. Okay. Tinan mo ang ada. Noong December 5.63, pumalo po ng 0.55. Siguro talaga yung kapaskuhan, yung nag-holiday na wala mga mask, 3.76, bigla pong halos times 6 ng 18.53 ang average daily attack rate. Next, please. Next. Ito po ang active cases. Pakibalik lang, pakibalik lang. Pakibalik lang, please. Okay. Tignan nyo, sir, ito po yung sinasabi ko yung December 27 na 570 cases lang. So siguro kung nakita nung December 24, no, yung Nisperas ng Pasko, yan po, biglang pumataw ng 15,000, nag-17 pa nga. Ito yung mga kaso na binibigay sa amin ng mga city hall workers. So dito po natin makikita talagang siguro part dito ay pumalo yung Omicron doon sa kapaskuhan na nagtipon-tipon ng mga pamilya. Next, please. Next. Ito po pinaka-importante sa lahat at sana ito po maunawaan. Pakibalik lang, please, pakibalik. Na 85 of those severe and critical are unvaccinated. Ito pinaka-critical sa lahat. Talagang sa Metro Manila po, marami nakakasakit maski may bakuna dahil 105% na po kami. Ngunit, Yung severe critical, 85% walang bakuna, Mr. President. At 93% na namamatay ay unvaccinated. This is a DOH record, sir. Next, please. Kung kaya, ito ho, maski nung holidays, lahat po ng mayor, sila Secretary Bills, Sec Anyo, sila Sec Talvez, sila Sec Charlie, mga sekretary po, nagtatrabaho po kami. Minomonitor na po namin to noong 28 ng January 2, no? Maski pagkatapos po ng bagong taon. Next, please. Next. So, ayun po yung binasa ko resolution, kaya ginawa po namin to. Sana maunawaan. Kanina may nag-i-interview, magdidemanda raw sila because of human rights. Pero sana maunawaan nila, we are restricting the mobility ng walang bakuna precisely for their protection. No? At nasabi ko nga po kanina ni Secretary ni Dr. Edsel na yung mga variants, mas marami doon sa mga walang bakuna, sir. Next, please. Next. So, bukod po, sir, pinuha namin, pinaghandaan pa namin noong bang ang kinakailangan namin, ang mga test kits. Ito, nagpapasalamat po kami kay Secretary Vince Dizon dahil sapat po ang aming testing kits po sa ngayon, mga RT-PCR. Next, please. Ang Department of Labor, maraming salamat, Secretary Bello, napakabait mo. Expired na po ang aming contact tracers, pero nirenew pa agad ni Secretary Bello. Of course, si Secretary Anyo, no, kasama na po ang sa LG at sa DOH. Nagsabi po sila, titignan po nila ito at agad po nila gagawa. Kasi yung po importante, yung po mga contact tracers. Yung facilities, tignan niyo po ito, Mr. President. Nung kasagsagan ng Delta, 90 facilities namin, 65% puno. Pero ang Omicron, 95, ngayon pala, nagsisimula pa ng Omicron, pero halos kalahati na po ay halos puno na. Kung kaya dahil dito, next please. Next. Ito po yung mga LGU isolation na talagang binuhay ulit ng mga mayors, no? Yan po sa iba-ibang lugar. Next. Next. Next, please. Okay. So, ito, ayan. So, dahil mapupuno na po ito, ito po yung dati na namin ginagawa. Ito po yung approved, pakibalik lang, pare. Pakibalik lang, please. At nawala. Yung po nasa kaliwa, yung tinatawag namin, pakibalik lang, please. Pakibalik. Okay. Ito po yung home care na tinatawag yung nasa TV po, no? Home care guide. Na kung saan, hindi, pakibalik lang please, pakibalik. Importante lang para makita ng Presidente. Okay. Ito po yung ginawa ng DOH na rest bakuna ng PhilHealth na kung pwede i-home care ang iba, meron lang parameters. Titignan yung bahay, kung po pwede, pupunta sa barangay at yung mismong health ng barangay, yung birds, barangay emergency room, iti-check. At talagang yung iba ho, pwede na mag-home care. No? So ito po, mapupuno, ito po yung ginagawa, ang home quarantine and isolation. Next please. Next. So ito po ngayon ang importante. Lahat po ng mga mayors po ng Metro Manila ay meron po mga telephone number. Tatawagan po iyan at pwede ma-advise ng telemedicine at pwede mong puntahan kaagad. No? 24 hours po yan yung hotline center ng mga LGUs ng Metro Manila. Next please. So ito na lang ang final ano po namin. Sa ngayon po, ang napakunahan po natin ay 106% na po. 10.4 million. No? Sa booster shots naman, ang tinatarget po natin ay 763 for January. Ngayon po ay nakaka-727 na po tayo. Maganda na po, right on target. Sa pediatric, ito po yung mga bata. No? Ang target po rito is 1.4 million, nakaka-919 na po tayo na first dose at 804 po na 313. Double time pa rin po kami dito dahil talaga ang tanging solusyon dito is pinakasolusyon ay pagbabakuna po. Yun na po, Mr. President. Thank you po.
Maganda yung but the steps that you have taken to meet the challenges of our serious problem now. Kung wala na si
Mr. President,
ah,
Mr. President,
Secretary Bello.
the estimate of my partner, Secretary Mon Lopez of DTI, ang under alert level 3, Mr. President, we're expecting that there will be 100 to 200,000 workers that will be affected. And when we say affected, Mr. President, ibig sabihin, either mawalan sila ng trabaho temporarily o kaya mababawasan sila ng number of working hours.
But magsingit lang ako sa iyo. Maitanong ko lang, itong 200, para anong lugar to? Metro Manila?
Ito sa NCR, Mr. President, itong dito sa alert level 3 sa NCR, Mr. President.
Well,
Now, Mr. President, in anticipation to the possibility of some of our workers being temporarily terminated or will be having reduced working hours, our department is prepared to provide, in the case of the tourism industry, Mr. President, yung TAMP, this is the COVID-19 Adjustment Measure Program. And upon the funding of Secretary Berna, Mr. President, we allocated 50 million for her workers in the tourism industry.
Wait, last question.
However, Mr. President, in case of
They're
war
white
scenario,
Wait.
we may be compelled to allocate 1 billion for workers who will be affected by this level 3. But having said that, Mr. President, we are very happy to report that so far, as of today, only 3,284 workers were displaced nationwide, Mr. President. And this involves 267 business establishments. With respect to the workers affected by the, we call the working arrangement, only 5,762 workers are affected under this flexible working arrangement. Ibig sabihin, nababawasan yung number of hours ng Mr. President. Limbawa, instead of